Hey everybody, I'm back again. And first of all, I just want to say I'm sorry about this very long delay. It's just that I have some major plans. I've been working a lot because I'm going to be going to Metrogora and also going to be out of town to another place later on this year. And that's why this is taking so long. So I'm really, really sorry. But anyway, as you guys can tell, I'm finally going to be ranking the Chronicles of Narnia book covers by Pauline Baynes. And I'm not going to go into too much info because there's not a whole lot to talk about. So this is probably going to be shorter than how I rank the stories that much. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 7 on this list is, of course, The Horse and His Boy. Now, of course, this is also my least favorite book in the series. The reason why I don't like this one is because in the other books, other book covers, you see them like they're kind of like paintings in a way that you find framed and against a wall. Here, this one looks more like a mural that you find painted on the wall. You know, because I mean the background. I mean, if you look at like these mountains here, they look like they were painted from. They're like spray painted. You know, and even the same thing on the back. It's like paint. It's like paint that's sprayed on a wall instead of in like a canvas or in a picture frame that you hang on the wall. Kind of thing. I don't know. It's just that's why this is my least favorite cover of all time, being because of that. It just doesn't look. It just feels awkward to me. But I do like the cover, but it's just not my all time favorite. Number 6 is, of course, The Silver Chair. Now, again, this is almost kind of like a mural in a way, but the reason why this is my second least favorite book cover of the series is because you see everything's all black and all, but you see like here's like this scene like with Eustace when they meet the Green Lady's goblins and stuff. But on this side you see Jill and Puddleglum with the the creatures that are asleep. I mean, it seems like it just doesn't make sense to me because they don't actually see the sleeping creatures until after they fell into the darkness. It's just I don't know. I think it's okay, but it's just not my all time favorite. It's just kind of weird to me, but I do like the story in a way. Number 5 is The Last Battle. The reason why this is kind of almost not one of my all time favorite books in the series is mainly because of the Calormans on the cover, because they all have the same faces pretty much, and it's just kind of creepy. It's just really weird. It's like they're almost like multiple twins, if that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. It's just really weird. It's not like triplets or anything. It's just they just have pretty much have the same face, and it's just kind of creepy. I mean, you could tell like from here. See how their faces are the same? That's just really creepy. But I think it's an okay cover. Number 4 on this list is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now, I don't get me wrong, I do really like this cover, but the reason why it's not my all time favorite is because of this scene. I mean, in the book, yeah, it takes place after Aslan was resurrected, but and the girls were playing with him, like following him around or anything. But the thing is, there's no info on whether or not info about this, this garland, that the girls were, dangling around with Aslan. It's just there was never a scene in the scene. There was no garland in this scene, which is kind of confusing to me because I mean usually the books have basically like a particular scene of what's going on, but there's never a garland in this book, which doesn't make any sense. Number 2 on this list is The Voyage of the Dawn Shredder. Now, the reason I like this one is because you could tell it's almost like a watercolor painting in a way. And I really like how she did with the waves in a way. I mean, they're almost like they're kind of like painted on like a sticker in a way, but at the same time it's kind of blends in a way. And I really like how it did the seagulls, and you got the characters, and of course we got the thing that sort of bothers me a little bit is that Lucy's barefoot. Of course, she did take off her shoes and socks when after they went into the painting. And the thing is about this book is that I want to say a little bit thing about the illustrations, because in the book when Eustace changes back into a human, and Aslan gives him Narnian clothes, and there's an illustration in here where you actually see him wear the new clothes, because if you look here, See the new clothes Eustace is wearing? But then later on in the book, later on as you keep going, you'll see that he's wearing his actual England clothes. Because in the book said that his clothes have been, torn when he transformed into a dragon. And I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. And also another thing about the illustrations, number 3 on this list is Prince Caspian. Now, I think it's I really do like this cover. I think it's very nice. And it's very much like how it was in the scene from the book. When Caspian runs away and he ends up getting something hit him on the face, which is of course a trunk, which is also very much like in one of these in one of the illustrations inside. It's very much like this scene here, But I really like this cover, and I really like how the colors are very much like how the colors blend. You can see like a bit of a yellow. Bit of yellow on the horse in a way, and I think it's a very interesting cover, and yeah, it's okay. I really enjoyed it. Because when they started reaching towards Aslan's country, they explained that that the world is kind of like a table in a way where the water just pours down. But if you look here, if you look at this illustration, you'll see that there's a globe and it's round like a ball. And it just doesn't make sense. I feel like Pauline Baynes probably forgot that part of the detail when she was doing the illustrations. But that's pretty much all I can say about this book cover. And I also liked the waves here, where the waves are kind of like going wild in a way, but here the waves are kind of like very subtle. But I think it's a really great book. I really like it. And finally, number 1, which as you may have guessed, is of course The Magician's Nephew. The reason I like this cover is because the details in here are very, very much more like. I mean, she put a lot more details on them in more than the other books. And even in the illustrations as well. Like, the details she puts in them are just so amazing. Like, even like this scene here. The way she did the leaves and the apples and with the shadows. Oh my gosh. She made it so incredible. I mean, I really, really, really like this cover a lot, and it's just so beautiful, and it's just honestly, it's like a picture frame that you want to hang on your wall. But I really, really like this cover, and yeah, the one thing about it a little bit is the wings are kind of like a little bit off in a way, but I don't have a problem with it. But it's a very beautiful cover. I really, 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 really like this cover a lot, and it's just so beautiful, and it deserves to be number 1, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my ranking of the Narnia book covers by Pauline Baynes. And tune in next time. I'll be ranking the Focus on the Family radio theater of the series. So stay tuned. Bye. But number 3 is...